You looking to up your content creation game? I'm going to dive into the 10 huge mistakes new content creators make that's costing you views, growth on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, and ultimately lost revenue. So let's dive right into it. The number one mistake I see when people are making videos and creating content is they have no plan for the content they're putting out to their actual pages. They're just winging it. So many people get caught up in creating videos, overconfident, think they're just going to go and set up the video, wing it, and pray they have a viral video. This ever work for you? Instead, you should be focusing your time and energy on researching what people actually want to watch and what they want to learn from those videos. Learn exactly what trigger words stop the scroll to get mass attention. Clarify what it is you're going to help them do and give them the tactics to get them there. And that means you need to either prepare the whole script or make bullet points in what you're going to say. It's not only going to help you speed up your whole process of recording, filming, and yeah, those do get tiring and frustrating, but it's going to help you make sure that you're able to communicate exactly what it is you want to say and how you want to say it, because let's face it, talking on camera ain't easy. This may be one of the most common mistakes I notice a lot of content creators make. They don't show people the point of their content and their social media accounts, whether it be YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram. You've got to ask yourself, when people come to my account, do they understand my goals, intentions, and the content I'm putting out? Because if you want people to support you and like what it is you're doing, they got to know what it is you do and the content you're putting out. This shows them exactly what to expect from your channel, and they can't be confused with any part of this. And as the saying goes, a confused mind always says no, and they won't buy into who you are, what you do, and what you're about, and they'll simply reject your content and in effect your account. So on any platform, you need to make sure your messaging is clear and simple, and the most valuable real estate to showcase all this is your bio. And I recommend using keywords and short phrases instead of long phrases and sentences that actually confuse people. People don't want long, complicated things to read on social media. For YouTube, that would actually be your banner, where you can give your elevator pitch and use your playlist as content pillars, or show them exactly those content pillars that you'll be covering in the banner. Also, I recommend using video covers that act like thumbnails to give your audience a much better idea of the content you're putting out. And as they're scrolling through all your content, it'll make it so much easier for them to stop the scroll because they understand it and they want to watch it. So stick with a style and a placement for each video. Worrying about stupid things is probably the biggest mistake I made and probably still do. And this is something that we all go through as content creators. From what equipment do I need? Should I post this content? What's my ideal posting time? To how long should my videos be? And worrying about other things, likes and followers. All these are questions that actually lead to paralysis by analysis. And I just want to tell you, before I get into all this, you got to put in the time. Don't worry about how bad your 10 videos are. There are so many things you got to learn first, and you can't learn everything at once. I understand that you see current YouTubers like Sean Cannell, Iman Gadzhi, Vanessa, Alex Hormozi, and Grant Cardone, some of the same people I look up to and see their amazingly produced videos. Their confidence is overflowing. You want to compare your first videos to their current ones. Never see where they are now, but scroll all the way down to their first videos and compare with them there. You're probably light years ahead of where they were when they first started. And this helped me dial in to get really started and dedicated to growing my personal brand and not just helping clients grow theirs through video. The things that you're going to have to work on is getting comfortable and confident on camera, learning how to be you and doubling down on what makes you, you, learning how to ideate great content. And that comes by ideating ideas more and more. And the more ideas you come up with, the more potential you have to come up with killer videos. Go and really learn how to make killer hooks, the psychology of why people want to stop the scroll and watch your videos and not others. Go and learn how to keep retention, what makes people watch your videos to the end. And that means you got to know what great content is. And this means as all platforms are going SEO, you got to know the search intent of the audience that sees your video pop up. What are the results they want? What do they want to learn? And you can only do this as you start putting up content and learning on the go. It won't be a straight dash to the finish line, because as you go, you'll learn exactly what it is that will give you the results and what is actually for show. Remember, 20% of your activities will give you 80% of the results. So find those 20% of activities in content creation that gives you 80% of the results you want, and then double down on those. One of the biggest time wasters in content creation is trying to figure out what equipment I need to start. I bought so many things that I thought would help, like the perfect camera, the perfect mic, and ended up not needing them at all and had to sell them off, wasting even more time. So don't waste any time trying to figure out what you need to start with, when after doing 30 videos, you will know then what you need and what you don't. Don't go with what I want. I want many things, but they're not necessary to doing this, to do what I'm doing. And in the beginning, all you need is your smartphone, great daylight, and a free editing program like DaVinci Resolve free version on your PC or Mac. Now, if you have an extra $200 to spend, there will be links in the description box for you to check out, like this mic, this LED light stand, and Premiere Pro, the editing software that I use and fully recommend. These are the only things that you'll need to start with to upgrade your content quality in the beginning. Should I post this content? It's probably the biggest killer in momentum that I know of. You ideated, got it recorded, and even got it edited, and now you're worrying about should I post it? That's the biggest waste of time ever. And not to mention, you're cutting yourself down. You put in your time and effort. Now, will it get the results you want? Maybe, maybe not. But if you don't post it, it's going to be easier for you not to start. If you don't do it now, when are you going to start? And if you don't start, you won't grow. And if you don't grow, you'll quit. Simple as that. And this is something that affects lots of new content creators. And that's okay. If you put in the work of keyword research, ideation, hook research, search intent, then put it up and then learn from the analytics that come several days after. See where it works and where it didn't. Your first video is likely gonna suck. Learn from it. You'll substantially get better by always having that mindset that your content creation and strategy will be dictated by measurable data and not your feelings. It's how you read the data that's gonna help you build your brand and your authority in your market space. Don't get sold by people who don't know what they're talking about. Posting times on social media doesn't matter anymore. It's as simple as that. And if anyone's telling you otherwise, run the other way. All they're trying to do is sell you some crap course by selling you FOMO, fear of missing out. First of all, social media is global, and even TikTok, where it's geographical in nature. How many people you know that actually sleeps when they're supposed to? But the real reason why it doesn't matter anymore is because the algorithm isn't a chronological order algorithm anymore, because the algorithm is set for mass reach. Only 20% of your subs or followers see your content for various reasons, and it's 80% of new audiences that sees your videos. Your content will always get pushed to a certain number of people in the beginning. Exactly how many, who, and from where, we got no idea. And if it performs well, then it will get distributed more. So there's always a delayed effect, meaning that your videos will get more exposure later on after you posted it. And if it's evergreen content that people actually want to search for, it will continue to get views even if you think it's dead in its tracks. So many video creators create content just to create content, and they try to fit them nicely into a box of 7, 15, 30, or even 60 seconds for micro content, or 5, 8, 12, 16 minutes for long form videos. Don't worry about how long your videos are. Have a main goal to your video of what it is that your audience will get from watching your video, and don't put a time limit on your videos. Never say this has to be the shortest or the longest video. If it takes 15 seconds for you to say what you gotta say, awesome. If it takes 30, 45, or 60 seconds, that's great as well, as long as you're not wasting any single moment that could be replaced with additional value or just taken out completely. It's a very important issue because so many people just tend to go off on different topics and start rambling about things and start rambling about something else. I think a lot of this has to do with experience and perspective. When you watch a video, it's important to remember that it needs to be tailor-made for your audience of what they're looking for and what the answers they want answered. Once you have that insight, it makes figuring things out a whole lot easier, and you start to think about, if I went this way, what would those same dopamine hits go away, making people swipe or whatever the case may be. So just make sure not to waste any second on any of your content. If you don't understand this as a content creator, seriously, because if you don't, I can pretty much guarantee you that you won't last for more than 6 months. You will give up and think it doesn't work for you. Understand that your views, likes, and follower count aren't representations of how good your content really is and how you are as a content creator. So many personal brands that watch our content and that we work with get so bogged down and create unnecessary problems like false beliefs, victim mentality in their minds when they get low views, likes, and when they get no traction in growing their accounts. And they see others in the same niche and see them get views, likes, and followers. So stop comparing yourself to others that are making money online with huge subs. They're already established. It's like, are you really going to go up to Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime and be like, dude, I worked out hard for 3 days, but not seeing any results. It doesn't work for me. I'm going to quit. You're watching them after they put in years of hard work and dedication to their craft. So go back to when they first started video content and then compare yourself to them when they first started their journey. And this will give you a complete picture of where you are and what to expect as you go further along in your content creation journey. You're making a royal mistake when you start your videos by putting in unnecessary intros. Things like, hey, how are you? Hey, YouTube. TikTok, or I'm June from blah, blah, blah. And that dead space before you start talking after hitting the record button is costing you views and countless opportunities. It seriously takes less than 2 seconds for a viewer to decide to jump off or to watch the next 3 seconds. So you got to pull them into your video immediately. There's a couple ways to do this, and one is by using the word you in the first 2 seconds of your video, as if I'm talking to you directly and not to a bunch of people all at once. I'm stepping into a conversation that's already taking place between you and me, in which we have an existing friendship friendship or relationship. The other is to craft your hook to grab their attention, stop the scroll, and start watching for you to have a chance to show your actual content to them. So find several similar great performing videos, write down their hooks, see what primary keywords are being used and the secondary keywords as well, and craft your hook based on the answer you'll be giving your audience. This will place you head and shoulders ahead of the 99% of other personal brands in your niche that are creating content right now. Not thinking long-term is the quickest way for you to crash and burn in content creation. What's my end goal here for building my personal brand? If you're here watching this, you're probably wanting to replace your 9-to-5 with a laptop lifestyle or looking to scale your brand. But it really starts with knowing the algorithm. One of the biggest things that I don't understand is when people say, don't worry about the algorithm. That's like having a car but not knowing you need to fill it up with gas. You ain't going far with that. So why do you need to know the algorithm? The algorithms are set up so that your content can be distributed to people who want to watch that type of content that you're making. So if you're not getting views, that means one of two things. You didn't optimize your content for distribution, or most likely you didn't optimize your content for the people you want to have see your content. And that means you don't know your audience. You don't know who they are, the problems they want solved, the types of content they're consuming to solve those problems. So all this starts with the psychology behind the algorithm. See the content in your niche that's getting wide distribution. What are the topics about? What are the hooks they use to get people to stop scrolling and watch them to the end? What are the internal hooks they use to keep them watching? And what are the tips they're giving in those videos? Compile all that and see what you can start using and adapting to fit your own style and personality. And with that being said, if you're interested in learning how to crush it as a content creator, this is going to be a 4-part series, so make sure to hit the subscribe and bell notification to learn how. And if there's any part that you want me to clarify, let me know in the comments below. Appreciate you all and see you in the next one.